Happy Sunday to you all. This is Johnny from Johnny's Car Care and Reviews and Winston. So it's Sunday, it's family day. So you know what? I'm gonna try to speed run. That means get through almost all the information I've given out in the last few weeks in as little time as possible, because I see there's still confusion. There's still, I'm getting a lot of questions that I've answered in other videos, or maybe I didn't answer quite good enough, and that bothers me. I want to do my best to help you out. That's what this channel is all about. It's all about helping you out with the 2022 Ford Maverick, and it's family day, so I got to do this quickly for my sake, because this is my promised day with the family. But Marie's off to the hardware store, and I'll show you why in just a moment. I've been really busy trying to fix the oven, fix up the garage, but we're gonna jump right into this Maverick info, the Maverick Intel, pedal to the metal, full review of what's been covered in about, it's some info crossing about 40 videos. So you can always play my playlist to see all that, to get more in-length discussion on everything, because I can't make every video 20 minutes long. So let's see if I can do this one in around 10 to 12 minutes. So there's been a lot of confusion. I'm seeing it in the comment section, and I promise you I do want to answer every single comment, but I've had trouble lately because there's been a lot of questions, and I hope this video is going to answer all your questions. So if you've been asking questions lately, you're likely to get an answer today, because we're going to be talking about A to Z on the Maverick, and we'll even be talking about A to Z rebate plans, and what is an A to Z plan, what is a dealer code. So let's just put the pedal to the metal, jump right in. Now, just before, please like and subscribe. I always say it helps feed a poodle. It's free for you, helps us out greatly. But as you might have seen from Winston's little pajama, it also helps dress a poodle. And I know that's weird, but a small dog does need winter clothes. So, we just bought him a snowsuit. So some of it's necessary and some of it's somewhat necessary. So Marie gets a little carried away. So you just saw his ducky PJs. Well, that's because at night, if he's not, dressed a little, he'll wake us up trying to get under the covers, and that's pretty frustrating. So, got to be awake for work, job 1 and job 2. This is job 2, getting the info out to you. So, there's been a lot of confusion with the spray-in bed liner. People have been saying like, hey, how is it that Ford has this Lux package that forces the spray-in bed liner when that's going to hold back my order? Now, I want to make something clear. In previous videos, I didn't express myself well enough, or maybe my videos were too long, so people weren't watching to the end, and that's fair. So this is another reason why I want to make this one quick. It's the plastic bed liner that is a late availability. So on Ford's order guide, it still says hard drop-in bed liner, late availability. The hard drop-in bed liner is the plastic. And I know that's hard to imagine because the spray-in seems so much harder. But it's not the case. The late availability, I repeat, is on the plastic drop-in bed liner. So if you have spray-in bed liner on your Lux package, you're probably okay. The last two EcoBoost Mavericks that came into my local dealer both had spray-in bed liner. They both had Lux package. Now, my personal Maverick that I ordered did get, someone jumped ahead of me, a 2 months later order, and all they had was an XLT hybrid, same color as mine, and they had the spray-in bed liner and the 4-pin hitch. So those two things from my luxury package that I have on mine, clearly mine didn't get picked for something other than the 4-pin, and it's something else in the Lux package other than the spray-in bed liner and the 4-pin. So in this, for the sake of being quick, I'll just move on. I hope that was clear. If not, I'll try to clear it up in the comment section. Now, speaking of, where you're at your dealer, one thing you can definitely do is ask for a priority code 10. That means your dealer is placing you at the top of their list. And if they say, oh, well, we don't do that, we assign everyone 15, well, then that's okay, because at least you're at an equal footing with everyone else, because you don't want someone else jumping ahead of you because you've been, coded 19 and someone else got coded 10. So at least ask for a code 10. That's gonna definitely help clear some things up. And speaking about clearing things up, you want a signed offer. Every dealer across Canada and the US can definitely print off a one-page offer. It's gonna say your name, the make, the model, the dealer name and address. And when dealers were at each other's throats, cutting the grass underneath each other's feet and trying to convince you to go over to their dealer for, $100 present or whatever it may be, dealers would want these signed to help make sure you do business with them. And I think it's important and fair to, be fair to everyone. When there's a lot of competition and I'm, a consumer and a customer, I want a fair deal for both myself and the dealer. I don't want to take advantage of them, but I also don't want to be taken advantage of when things are in their favor, when it's a seller's market. And right now, it is a crazy, crazy hot seller's market. That means you'll get a whole lot more for your trade. It also means some dealers are trying to get a whole lot more for that Maverick or Bronco, asking $10,000 US more for a Maverick. Crazy. Please, dealers, remember, treat people fairly so that you can ask them to treat you fairly when the tides turn. Remember, it's the tide sometimes comes in and sometimes it goes out. You got to go with the flow and try to work out something that's fair. So get a signed offer from them, and this signed offer should tell you the price you're going to be paying. And these days, there's not very much money to be made selling a Maverick. So MSRP, and maybe if the dealer has either no fees, wow, fantastic. If they have a few $100s worth of fees, processing fees, or whatever they want to call it, I think that's fair. As long as they're not trying to sell it for $1,500 USD over the window sticker price, you got yourself a fair deal. But that also locks in the percentage you should be paying. And if they try to tell you that you can't go to financing right away because there's no VIN number, that's not true either. Marie worked in finance, and at least on the Canadian side, as long as you have, a bill, and a bill, the dealer knows what the bill is. It's internal stuff, but as long as they have a bill from a similar build as yours, well, they can put the financing in. And that, is good for them, good for you, helps lock everything in. Now, when your vehicle comes in, that's when you should be looking at, was the deal better when I ordered, or is it better when it came in? Because you should get whatever the internet price is when it comes in, if it's better than what you ordered. If it's worse, well, then your promised price should stick. But make sure you have a signed offer. Now, talking about signed offers, there's been talk about A plans all the way to Z plans. Some dealers are going to be doing them for the Maverick because Ford is allowing this. That means they'll be giving a little bit of a kickback to the dealer. It doesn't cover at all what they give, because really they're giving up a good part of their profit margin. By the way, it does not exist for the Mustang Mach-E. It's one of the reasons I didn't get a Mustang Mach-E. I thought I'd be able to work out a plan, but there is no plan that applied to me. Now, I can also understand if a dealer says no, if you have a plan because you're part of, let's say, the Mustang Club. Well, the dealer might not want to lose out one of their few allotments, because some dealers are only going to be able to get in, 2 to 4 Mavericks per month. Well, maybe they don't want to, on a vehicle they're not making much money on, maybe they don't want to make a whole lot less. But I do hope that, if someone, for example, is a veteran, I certainly hope that they'll do the plan. And if a veteran has access to, whether it's an A plan, a Z plan, or whatever plan they have access to, I really do hope that the dealer will honor that, because some people absolutely deserve an extra rebate. Now, moving right along, the Bronco also, so far, none of the Ford plans for rebates apply. And all that means is that if a dealer gives a rebate, and they say, oh yes, I'm giving you an X plan or an A plan or a Z plan, they're not going to get any assistance in the form of money back. And remember, they never get as much as they give. So it is something that they choose to do. It does cost them money. It does mean a loss of profit. Now, moving right along, this week I also talked about 20,000 points for the Maverick for the delay on the hybrids. Now that's in Canada, and the 20,000 points refers to $100. I'm thinking that in the States, instead, you're getting the Fit pack, because we're not getting that here in Canada. I don't know of anyone who's getting a Fits pack for free. So, you know, different strokes for different regions, so different folks. Moving right along, speeding through this. Timelines. Early November, Ford themselves have said that they'll be sold out for hybrids. So now's the time. Get in really, really quick to a dealer. You know, this week, buy your Maverick hybrid. Otherwise, you're getting pushed off until getting built next summer. Even if you order, let's say, end of November, if they're not building Mavericks anymore because they're sold out, and that's, you know, people are going to complain about this, but it only makes sense. There's a company making the batteries for Ford, and if they know they can only get so many for the year, why sell more? I think this is just, it's, you know, good on their part. Instead of just selling this to the moon and not warning people and, you know, bringing out excuse after excuse, I think Ford's being really responsible and saying, hey, you want a hybrid, go get it now, we'll be sold out. And that's probably because of the battery. Moving right along, certainly helps. Winston's now done digging at the bed. Not always the best co-host, but he sure is cute. So, build dates. People are asking, and people are really worried. They're saying, hey, you know, I ordered, let's say, in July, and I haven't gotten a build date yet, so I'm doomed. You're not doomed. You'll get your build date 30 to 45 days before your Maverick actually gets built. So even with the news that I've been bringing out saying that if you had a VIN before October 21st, that you're supposed to be getting built, you know, deliveries will start in January, so you should be getting built, you know, before January, in the month of January, because after that, that's for people who already had a VIN on October 21st. So if you already had a VIN October 21st, the plan is to get you built out before the 1st of January, or, you know, maybe worst case scenario, January. I covered that in depth in another video, so please watch that for exact details. But if you had ordered before October 21st your hybrid, the plan was, if you've ordered before October 21st and have no build, so no build date, no VIN, that you'd nonetheless get built before the end of March, so before April 1st. But please do keep in mind, they can't build your vehicle until they have all the parts. So don't shoot yourself in the foot. The things to avoid, I'm gonna go and read it straight up, the constraint list. So if you want your hybrid built, if you currently don't have a VIN, but you did order before October 21st and you want to be built before the end of March, this is what you need to do. Make sure your order does not have splash guards. Those are the molded splash guards. Get them from your parts department. The bed tray liner, that's the plastic, that's like a little plasticky rubber for your floor. It's probably mostly rubber for your floor. It covers just the bed tray, the bottom of the bed. Avoid the bed liner hard drop-in, so that's the plastic one, not the sprayed one. I have noticed on F-150s that the spray bed liner makes it so that generally those F-150s get VINs or builds later, takes longer. But if you have the spray and bed liner on your Maverick and already have a VIN, don't worry at all. And if you have the Lux package, well, as I mentioned earlier in the video, I didn't see it. A hybrid got picked before mine, 2 months after mine, and they had the spray and bed liner. So I'm thinking maybe something else in the Lux package. And also keep in mind the bed divider kit. Avoid that, get it from your parts department, and the cargo management system mounted bed cross bars. Moving right along, so to conclude that really quickly, avoid those things. They're gonna slow you down. Even if it's Ford's plan to have built, well, the plan can be deviated from if you're doing devious things. Those things that's the devious list. That's Santa's naughty list. So if you want it anywhere around Christmas, forget all that stuff. Or early in the new year. Okay, let's talk space. Something that got me to build, put out an extra video this week that really kind of worried me, got me worked up, is that there's this impression by some that if you're 6'4", sitting in the front, the only thing that will fit in the back is someone who's under 5 foot, or a small poodle, let's say. Let's talk quickly about space, the interior dimensions, real quick, and then we'll get to an important point at the end. Your effective headroom in the front is 40.3 inches. So if this is important to you, pause it, take out the ruler. If this isn't important to you, skip about 1.5 minutes further into the video. Effective headroom front with moonroof, 38.0 inches. So keep in mind you're losing 2.3 inches of headspace if you take a moonroof. Really important to keep in mind. A lot of people don't know that, so you don't want to be fooled on this one. Moonroof robs you of 2.3 inches of headspace. However, if you're in the second row without moonroof, 39.6, and with moonroof, 39.5. So next to no difference for the second row seating in regards to moonroof. So that loss of 2.3 inches is in the front. Carrying right along, maximum leg room by the accelerator pedal, 42.8 inches. Effective leg room, the second side, not the acceleration side, the second side. This is important to keep in mind. The second row, important to keep in mind. Effective legroom, second row, the back. 35.9 inches with the hybrid, 36.9 inches with the 2-liter EcoBoost. So in the comments section, I saw that some people thought it was the opposite, that the hybrid had more space. No, the hybrid loses 1 inch in the second row. So if you have really big near adults. Hip room, front, 55.4 inches. Hip room, second row, 54.1 inches. Shoulder room, front, 57.3 inches. And shoulder room belt line, so hips, that would be in the front, shoulder room belt line, second row, so shoulder room, second row, 55.6 inches. Passenger total volume, 100.3 cubic inches. So in other words, there's a lot of space in the Maverick. Just to conclude really quickly, my brother and I did a video, so you can watch this. I'm, with my shoes on, I'm 5'11", no shoes, a little over 5'10". So let's just say 5'10 and a half. I put the seat, so I had, about 5-6 inches of space between my knees and the dash. He was sitting in the back. He had about 2 to 3 inches. If I put the seat all the way back, well then yeah, he was snug. But he's 6'1", so your tall adults are gonna fit. Is this the right vehicle for the football team? You'll still fit, I think. It depends what football team. Depends where you live. The Texans seem to be pretty monstrous. All those down south YouTubers all seem to be about 6'4". Well, you've got one right here who's certainly less than 6'4". So if you're not 6'4", you're on the right channel, at least in regards to dimensions. Okay, so the last part of the video, let's talk about build dates. I'm getting a lot of questions like, when will I be built? That's like the question of how much will my insurance be? There's so many variables at play, but when will you be built actually has a few less variables maybe than your insurance. So I really can't answer anything about insurance. It's different company to company based on, all sorts of things like claims, theft, what area you live in, how many kilometers you drive to work. Do you daily drive it? Do you not daily drive it? So endless variables for insurance policies, but build dates, I can at least help with that. But it is awfully complicated. So first thing you got to keep in mind for your build date is your dealer. How many allotments are they getting? And even this, they don't know what it's going to vary by from month to month. They do have a bit of an idea how many they'll get for the year. Sometimes if their regional rep gave them an idea, but your dealer is going to get a certain amount of allotments. But from that, the ratio between EcoBoost and hybrid can vary from 1 month to another. So the ratio between EcoBoost and hybrid does matter. So if they're getting 5 Mavericks in a month, they might be getting 4 EcoBoosts and 1 hybrid built, and later on that might be more 50-50, but we still got to wait and see. And also, of course, it matters where you are on their list, and that's in intel, that's internal intel. So I don't know where you are on the list at your dealer, but you can certainly ask them. You can say, of the hybrids, what number am I? How many Mavericks do you get per month? And then, in an ideal world, you can hope that it's going to be 50, on average 50-50, but that would be really, that's wishful thinking on my part. And you can also make sure you don't have any of the, what's called constraints. So any of that late availability stuff that I mentioned a few minutes ago, you want to avoid that. So I think that covers it all. I've tried to speed through as fast as possible all the must-know information on the Maverick, build dates, what you can do, ask for priority, code 10, or at least make sure that if they code everyone the same number, that you're in their highest number between 10 and 19. Get yourself a signed offer to make sure that they don't try to boost the price when your order comes in, and then almost hope you don't take it so that they can ask even more over MSRP for it. Don't be fooled. Do your homework. Get all the tools, everything you can on your side. So 1 page, your name, dealer name, signed offer, price, interest rate, and if the deal's better when it comes in, well, at least you have one promise. And if the deal is better when it comes in, you can always try to get that deal. I think that would only be fair, but you'll have to wait and see on your dealer. I hope I've answered all the questions. This is my Sunday, so this is my family day, my fun day. So I got to get back to the fun of finishing off that garage. And remember, please like and subscribe. It's free for you, helps us out a lot. And not only does it feed a poodle, because Marie likes to dress the poodle, some of it necessary, like winter clothes. It's not all weird stuff, but some of it's a little quirky, like pajamas. But he is a brat. If he'll wake us up if he gets cold at night, so help dress that poodle as well. In the meantime, I wish you all more cars and more power, and do hope you get to put the pedal to the metal this week. Have a great week. Now, just as a little bonus to help you out and help me feel a whole lot better, I saw a video recently that I think to gain views said that the sound system is awful, and actually said the Bang & Olufsen, the B&O, was 10 times worse than any sound system in any vehicle. I think sometimes people say things to get views, or maybe they get carried away by their emotions. I don't know, but what I can tell you is I've tested the sound system. The stock sound system is good, and considering the price of the Maverick, it is excellent. And I do want to point out that I really liked the Bang & Olufsen, and I'm not just listening to little sound systems at home. I have a big, huge stereo system, and I like the Bang & Olufsen in the Mavericks. I hope that helps out. Take care. Thank you for watching to the very end.